Okay guys, welcome to a new video. Today I will be continuing my Monsterverse pitch series. This would be my third video, I think. I did a Godzilla story and a Kong story pitch. I'm basically doing this just for fun, just to tell you guys how I would do the future Monsterverse phases. And this one would be an adaptation of Son of Godzilla. Basically have it be about, it's called Godzilla King's Heir. And basically, I would basically have it start in 2004 with a character named Katsura, who is a monarch scientist who finds a hibernating teenage Godzilla. And basically, she basically studies him over the course of the next 30 years. Godzilla vs. Kong has passed, Godzilla X Kong has passed. Basically, it's after all those films and after my Godzilla King's Awakening pitch. And get this Godzilla. Godzilla would basically, the first act is I would have this film basically be a story, I think the first movie where Godzilla would be the main character. I think Godzilla Minion did a pretty good job of setting the seeds, and I would finally do that in this film, and basically have Godzilla, just hunting this Godzilla down, basically throughout the film, throughout those 30 years, the young Godzilla would grow a bond with Katsura. And basically, they would be friends, basically. And, basically, a little bit more, maybe there's some kind of psychic kind of, connection. That's what I would do. Build that up. This would be, the first 30 minutes. Basically, Godzilla hunting it down, or not hunting it down, but trying to find it so it could talk to it or something, basically reconnect. Godzilla would basically look for him, and basically I would have this part take place in the UK. Have Godzilla's son be it's not Godzilla's son. It's a teenage Godzilla. I will call him Doka. That's Doka. That would be his name. So Doka lives in kind of my take on Suko, but for Godzilla. So Doka basically lives in the UK, and he lives with Katsura, and basically Godzilla is going around the world looking for him. Basically, so he enters the UK. I would have the Godzilla theme just playing. Have basically a build up 2014. Have Godzilla basically go out, starting a tsunami, just destroying London, and have it build up to this emotional thing where while Godzilla is doing that, Katsura sees Godzilla and basically gets killed by Godzilla. Godzilla frees Doka, and Doka sees that she's dead, and basically Doka goes after Godzilla and attacks him for killing a Katsura, making this a very the depressing part of the film, where Godzilla is confused why Doka is attacking him, and basically a big fight happens where Doka defeats. I don't think defeats Godzilla. I think it's kind of more of a neutral thing where Doka just leaves, and Godzilla, being depressed, goes into the ocean and sleeps. Goes to some unknown area and sleeps. And basically, I would have a lot of Godzilla scenes in this movie just be flashbacks. Basically have the flashbacks. And also with the Katsura thing and the Godzilla thing, I still don't know all the details of Katsura and Doka's relationship. I do know that I want them to have a bond kind of like Chen and Ling, like the Mothra twins from Godzilla King of the Monsters. So there's that. I'm not sure completely about it though, but basically Godzilla is depressed. He is like sad. Basically Godzilla is like just depressed. I keep saying that, but Godzilla is hibernating. Basically, this film takes place in like the span of 5 years, or like probably like 10 years. Basically, like it takes place a couple years later, where Dolka is basically like killing other monsters to become more powerful, feeding on their radiation to hunt down Godzilla and kill him for killing Katsura. And one of the monsters he kills is a natural form of Gigan. Gigan before she turns into Gigan, basically. And basically Godzilla kills like Dolka kills Gigan, and basically that's one of the fights. And basically I would have it so Gigan is like defeated, and Ren Serizawa, trying to run Apex, basically is running Apex, is one of the people running it, and basically Serizawa takes Gigan's body, and throughout the film, Godzilla basically like Dolka is basically killing more and more monsters, and basically I would have it be like that. Yeah, have him kill new monsters and some actually monsters from the Monsterverse. I'm not sure what though, but I would have him just lay waste, kind of being the new alpha, the new unofficial alpha, and have him finally kill one of the monsters. I'm not sure what this monster would be called, but like I think I would want him to kill Tiamat's daughter. I had this whole thing, or Tiamat's son, for Tiamat. I explained in Godzilla King's Awakening, where Tiamat had a sibling, and basically she would team up with Rodan to fight Godzilla, and that's like my whole thing. And I would have a 360 moment, like a fucking full circle moment, where Godzilla kills this other Tiamat and basically kills her and basically feeds off her radiation, going into her temple and doing that, killing Tiamat again. But that's what I would do. And basically have Ren Serizawa building Gigan in this time. Building him, adding new parts. Basically, Godzilla's flashbacks, I would have it be tragic. Yes, I would have it be a Guardians of the Galaxy route where we have his flashbacks be fucking dark. Where Godzilla as a child would be enslaved by Kongs. I would have the Great Apes be in this movie, play a big role in these flashbacks. Have Scar King, not Scar King, but like an ancestor to Scar King, basically enslaving a lot of the Godzillas, and basically having that whole backstory, why Godzilla hated the Kongs, explain that, make it tragic, have Godzilla grow up, have it all be over a million years, and have it be about Godzilla basically like becoming the king of the Godzillas, basically, and having him, how he defeated Scar King, leading up to Scar King being defeated and all that. And that's where those flashbacks end. Basically, it explains Godzilla's tragic nature, and how his other kind, how his kinds were killed in a lot of these battles with the apes, and the Mutos. I would have the Mutos be in there too, somehow. And basically, I would have flashbacks with Dagon too. Have that be a thing. Basically, this it cuts back to Dolka, and he is evolving like Godzilla evolved. Basically doing a kind of like a different form though, like it's like a different version. For me, I would still have him be bulky enough to feel like the past Monsterverse Godzillas, and I would have him awaken from this temple, basically have it be near. I would have it so this Godzilla gets out and basically destroys. The city next to him. I'm not sure where where the Tiamat like monster would be sleeping, but I would have this Godzilla awaken and basically just destroy the city next to it. A lot like Godzilla Final Wars, where he just randomly destroys a city because he's pissed off. I would have Dolka do the same thing, wake up, destroy the city. Godzilla's sleeping, and basically he senses Gigan. Godzilla senses Gigan and awakens and goes after. Basically, I'm not sure where the final battle should be set. I'm thinking it should. I'm not sure, so I'm thinking it should be set near Taiwan, like a part of China again. Basically tying it over to Godzilla X Kong. To Godzilla versus Kong. Basically, Gigan basically calling out with an orca signal. Godzilla hears it, goes after it, and basically Dolka, hears this and goes after Godzilla. But it's not really like a Son of Godzilla. It's like a Godzilla versus Godzilla story. Basically, two Godzillas finally fighting, like what Toho has always planned. Sometimes they would have a movie where they would somehow have two Godzillas fighting, like Godzilla Zero, like what people thought Godzilla -1 would be, where Godzilla fought another Godzilla. I would just do that in this story, and basically Godzilla. Back to the story, Godzilla would awaken and go after Gigan and destroy the base, have the Godzilla theme playing. I would actually have the Godzilla theme again, have Godzilla go in and try to fight Gigan, but then Dolka comes in. Dolka would fight Godzilla, and the fight would be brutal, basically. The fight would be brutal. Godzilla would just be them beating each other up, and basically ending with Godzilla and Dolka basically exhausted, while Gigan wakes up and Godzilla wakes up and tries to fight Gigan. Gigan is about to kill Dolka, but Godzilla dodges for Dolka. Like, he gets in the way of Gigan and Dolka, basically giving Dolka a chance to get out of there. Dolka sees this, and Godzilla and this new son team up together and defeat Gigan. So basically, it's like that, and they defeat Gigan. The fight would be very brutal, but they would make amends and finally be friends. And it's a really cute ending. I would have them snuggle for a second after beating Gigan. And that's that, Godzilla and Dolka. I'm not really sure if that would be the name that I choose for it. Dolka is just a name I just came up with. But Dolka and Godzilla would go back to the ocean after defeating Gigan. And that's my story. Basically have them go back into the ocean and basically having them reconnect. And that's my story. Godzilla King's Heir. I'm not sure if this is like the best pitch, but I do think it's a cool idea. And I'll just have a lot of the moments with Godzilla be emotional. Have it when Godzilla first sees Dolka, having it kind of be like the moment in Monarch yeah, where Keiko realizes that she missed like 60 years of her life, kind of like that, but with Godzilla, kind of like in like a different way. I think that'd be incredible, and to show Godzilla's depression of basically Dolka disowning him, for a little bit, and then having them team up, be very emotional, and yeah, that's my story. That's my idea. Basically, a son of Godzilla from the monster's perspective, and yeah, basically have Ren Serizawa be still out there somewhere. I'd have Ren Serizawa like be a re- recurring villain. I'm not sure if he would be running Apex or some other place, but I would definitely have him like be like one of the workers at this new Apex. I would have Jonah be the one running it too. So yeah, that's my idea. So that's it. See you guys later, and have a great day.